So stress is a very dangerous thing. And one of the main reasons why stress is so dangerous is because our body always will respond to stress the same way it would respond that if we were actually in a very stressful and also potentially harmful situation. So if you're feeling stressed at home or at work, your body's still going to respond the same way as if you were, heaven forbid, in a really dangerous situation on the street. And therefore, several things in your body are going to compensate for a fight or flight response. One of the first things that's going to happen is your adrenal glands are going to secrete cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone. The first thing cortisol will do is increase your heart rate. It's also going to increase your blood pressure in your body, and it's also going to signal to your liver to release a storage of blood sugar from the liver right into the bloodstream. This is so if in the event that you need to run, you have now blood pressure to supply more oxygen to your body, your heart rate is there to go with the pace of your running, and now you have blood sugar to support your fuel for your run. So if you're just sitting at a boardroom meeting and you have this high influx of blood sugar now in your bloodstream, you're going to need insulin, which is a fat storing hormone, is going to need to come and bring it down. The blood pressure and heart rate increases also are going to spike inflammation in the body, and that could be the one thing to really cause and offset a stroke or heart attack. These are really dangerous things. Another thing stress does is it inhibits the proper digestion and absorption of certain nutrients, and it can also cause constipation or diarrhea, can cause hypothyroidism, which is a lower metabolic rate. So it really has a deep impact on our health and also on our weight. Another impact of stress on obesity is that a high influx of cortisol, the stress hormone, has been highly linked to central fat disposition in the body. So what we found is that cortisol, the stress hormone, likely leads to the accumulation of fat in the visceral areas of our body. So subcutaneous fat is that grabbable fat. Unfortunately, visceral, the fat that we're talking about, this visceral fat, lies further, so we can't grab it. It's actually inside the body, and it pads the spaces of our abdominal cavity, which is very dangerous because now this fat is surrounding our organs. And this visceral fat accumulation has been shown to lead to metabolic syndrome, heart disease, lead to type 2 diabetes, and has been heavily linked to breast cancer risk in women. Another issue, how stress plays an impact on our weight gain and our food choices, is our appetite. Cortisol has been thought to link to receptors in the brain, namely the hypothalamus that controls hunger. And it has been shown to lead us as stressful individuals to go for more high sugar, high fat foods. And recent studies have shown that when they take cortisol in human and animal studies and inject it into humans or animals, people tend to go directly towards high fat, high sugar foods right away. So we really need to be careful about this because we're seeing that that stress can really make an impact on where our fat goes, especially in the dangerous central cavity. It leads to increases in blood pressure, blood sugar, increased heart rate, increased inflammation, and it leads us to go for less healthy foods more often. So we really need to do our best to relieve our stress and do some clinically proven tools that do relieve stress. Some being listening to music, taking walks, exercise is definitely the golden standard, and some other things such as journaling and, just smiling, hugging, owning a dog. All these things have been shown to relieve stress. Even smelling lavender or another aromatherapy oil has been shown to reduce stress. And deep breathing always works. So it's very important that we go and we utilize these tools that lower stress in order to prevent these really harmful outcomes. And luckily today we have on Mati Shanker, a therapist, to help us discover other tools in which we can use in the home and workplace. For more on living healthy, living well, be sure to subscribe to emPOWERme.tv. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.